February is the shortest month of the year. Apart from being uncertain, it is the month associated with love. Valentine's Day, which falls on 14th of every February, is a day couples spend time together, exchange gifts and romantic messages sent to loved ones. The name Valentine comes from a Latin word meaning strength. So is the love journey of Pastor Steve and his wife, Pastor Makena.
I met this beautiful lady. We met at Kangemi. It was in Kangemi. And we met in a band, a beautiful musical band. It is called Marital band. The first time I met her, we were in a band, musical band. She was doing a certain song. It was a kanji song. Anyway, so the kanji part, I was doing the kanji part. She was doing the Enid Mura part. So now I was given my part and she's doing her part. And when she sang, bana nikajiuliza, hii sauti kako kinimbia kila asubuhi nikiamka bana itakuwaje? So I was like, huyu lazima hii nitoki.
Every time a man wants a woman, he will go an extra mile just to get her. That's what Steve did. When he finally gathered courage to approach Makena, the universe had other plans. The band was dismantled.
That's how we lose connection for about an year. Because her band will break for an year. So I was like, what happened? Na sikuchukua di number. Siku nini. So this is a challenge for men. Sometimes when you see it, just go for it. Just take a number. Kuwa too safe na number. Would you what will happen? You don't know if you're going to get another encounter with her or your psych or rather the courage to take the number. It was not there the first time. So I lost her contact. So ningeuliza tu sasa ningeuliza the leader of the band, alikuwa anaitwa Pato, is a good friend of mine. Wakati turudisha band, I don't know how the leader got her back because nilisikia alienda Meru and all that. Kurudi, nikajua hapa siwezi lalia tena. God amenipatia second chance. So I called her, tukapiga coffee, tukaenda place ya maziwa, we just had coffee, we talked, and she was so jazzed, but okay, I didn't go to that any extent. I didn't stretch it. Nikamwambia tu poa nini. So I started building now relationship with her better. Na hapo ndo story ilianza kufunguka. So remember, there's a good friend of mine anaitwa Isaac Mwiti. Isaac, Mungu akubariki mahali huko. So Isaac, she is from Meru. Kambia Isaac, mimi niko na madam nimemuona ni wa Meru. But mimi ni Mluya na najua venye mambo inaweza fanya ile kitu, anaweza kosa because stories are barrier language and all that, and also our differences na in terms of language. Na sijui kama atanisikiza kama, but wewe juni Meru, give me details about Meru. Jamaa akaniambia tulia, I'll give you. Akaniambia nini? Akaniambia there's a school called Chogoria Boys. Akaniambia kuhusu stories za Meru. So nikamwambia, how do you say hi in Meru? Nikamwambia shika kwanza utext, wende utatext. So akaanza kuongea he's always helping me without him knowing. So that's how, because she opened up more, I guess, when she heard that I was from that I am from Meru. So ilitupatia ka space kakuanza conversation. So hapo akafunguka akaniambia wapi ulisomea Chogoria Boys? I know Chogoria Boys, mimi nimesomea Chuka nini story. So that's how we started conversation.
Love knows no boundaries. Two hearts had started to breathe as one, but a huge problem was awaiting them. Was the ship of love going to sail or sink? The ball was in Makena's hands.
When we were growing up, now we are big girls, all tuko karibu kuolewa. Me and my sisters, we were told, sasa, the men you're supposed to bring here is Kikuyus, Meru. So we had that idea that Meru anafaa kuolewa na Meru ama Kikuyu ama, you know. So here comes a Luya man and I'm the third born. And I'm like, my bigger sister is not even married officially. So what am I going to do? So for my parents, it was very tough for me to introduce him to them. But what I did, I asked God gave me wisdom. This took, my dad is a military, so story ya kukaa chini kuongea mambo ya marriage, it was a no. So what I did, my dad was in Meru at that point. He had traveled. So what I did is I wrote him a letter, not even a text, a letter. and send it to him and told him everything about what I had planned. So my dad received the letter, and I was like, I don't want to hear from him because I knew the answer. So about a week or so, he sent me a message. He called me. I don't remember if he called or sent a message. So he told me, Makena, ile barua nimepata na tutaongea na akazima. So what I did is I went and told him. I remember telling him, and I already told him that it will not be a good fight. It will not be easy. It will not be walk in the park. So what we will do, we need to pray more. The fact that I'm the first one to do it officially, and the fact that he's Hallelujah, those are two battles to fight. And he told me, one thing I loved about Pastor Steve is that he kept telling me, let's pray. And me, I was like, goodness, there's something we should do more than prayer. Let's do something more, you know? we can't just sit down. But me, I was so determined, and I said, I have made my decision.
When Steve saw Makena and heard her voice, he was smitten by her beauty. But for Makena, it was not love at first sight.
For me, it was not love at first sight because at the time I was coming to the band, I was like, our friend called Patrick, he came to me and told me, hey, you have a nice voice, so what you do, come kwa band. I felt as if he was forcing me because mi nilikuwa na vitu zingine, and then I'm an introvert person, so I don't like crowded places. So I was like, let me just go because I loved it anyway. So when I went there, my mind was, let me do what I came to do and head home. That was everything that. So for him, when I talked with him, wakati alikuja kuniambia story na interests, I was like, is this man serious? Me, I was not even praying for marriage. I was not even thinking about marriage. My prayers were far from marriage. I was thinking about how I'll settle myself and stick. First I settle, then I think about marriage.
Steve was not the only man who had noticed Makena. As a beautiful lady, most men at the band wanted her, but Steve stood out among the rest.
Number one, he persisted. Alikuwa na come nipeleke out. What made him outstand the others is that his persistence is what also I liked, because whatever he had, kuna time alikuwa na pesa kidogo ananipeleka kwa duka ya maziwa mala na yogurt ili ya kupima, tunaenda na tunakunywa. Time yake kidogo ya lunch anatoka job ananiita. So that is what I love, because it's a love that grew. It grew. So the fact is that also he was so true to me. He didn't tell me more, but he showed me more. He showed me the real, where he used to work, where he lived, the ghetto he's saying about. He took me to the ghetto, and I'm like, I didn't look at the ghetto. I looked at how true he was.
On the other hand, apart from her beauty, there are a lot of qualities that made Steve get attracted and love Makena more and more.
A lot attracted me to her. She has a heart of a mother, and I guess that's what every other person should look for. Someone who has that big heart, because anytime you're looking for someone to love, you're supposed to look for someone who is going to also carry your vision. I saw my vision, my goals with her, we're going to achieve them. She was so determined, so hardworking. She knew how to take care of herself.
That is why every year when February 14th comes, Steve thinks of how to celebrate his wife and show her how much he loves her.
My assignment on earth, any man, their assignment is to love their wife. Like the way Christ loved the church. Man, that is crazy. Like the way Christ loved the church. You can imagine, that is our biggest assignment. To love them in their whatever. Like there's going to be drama and all that, but my assignment is to love her. Sometimes she's going to make wrong mistakes, wrong decisions. She's going to say some things to me. She's going to be off emotionally and all that. But my assignment is to love her just the way Christ loved it. When you imagine the way Christ loved the church, when I imagine dramas go church, but like there's no day Christ said, me, I'm done with the church. So anytime I hear about 14th of Feb, like I'm supposed, I always go back to myself and like, am I loving like Christ? That day like this, just to affirm her that I love her. We do out I just hold her, I just affirm her that I'm here for you. You're protected. I'm the same guy that you fell in love with. We can always rekindle this thing. If I have flow, like I ask her, like today, the best thing that I can, the question that we always discuss is how do I need to love you? How can I do better? Like where do I need to do better? Like we evaluate like the whole year, what have we been doing? Can we do better? Where can we change? And maybe we do an out for her. She loves out any day.
There are many ways a couple can express love to each other, be it in bigger or small ways. What matters is you are both happy and spend time together. This is how Steve shows his wife love.
Makena loves attention. Me, if you can wake me up in the morning, attention. I love attention. So one thing my husband has given me fully for the 8 years we've been in marriage is attention. That he can leave everything to listen to me. I know sometimes, we ladies, we speak a lot of words. And that is so romantic for me. The fact that there's somebody who sits down and listens to me, that is it. That is all that I want. I know kuna ile mingi, but this one, if I communicate with you, if I show you, not only in talking, attention is all round. There's also for action part. You show me that you are there. Sometimes you don't have to tell me niko hapa. Just show me that you are there for me. That is one thing my husband has been. That is one thing I can give a tick for him as number one, that attention. He's always there to listen to me, to show me that he's there, to give me all the attention. He's not a person who will do 10 things at a go. He will leave everything to come and listen to me. So when he talks about loving the church, like the way Jesus loves, loving me the way Jesus loved the church, that is true. Because one thing that Jesus did is that he gave his own self to die for the church. For him, he leaves everything to listen. He loves me that much.
Being a month of love, it doesn't mean love should be confined to only one day. We should clothe ourselves with love every day, and not only love, but have fellow feeling and treat each other with respect and consideration. When asked if he has any advice to the upcoming generation and young men, Steve had this.
What I tell men, or what I can talk about maybe a generation and men, is that a man, first of all, a man should be responsible. Responsible means it is the ability to respond. Unachukua majukumu ya what you've done. We're not supposed to run, but the issue is also a lot of men today, they've been trained so unaona, so mtu, your mother is doing everything for you, there's no place that you're doing, and that's the man that is being raised to take care of her, of another woman, of maybe a woman. And pia social media imechangia sana kufanya watu wafikirie life is just easy, no work, no nini. So we're not raising men that are responsible. So kila mtu anaona mbona niongezee mtu mwingine kwa maisha yangu na mimi mwenyewe, because even to themselves inakuwa ni issue kujilisha, kufanya nini. And I guess what we need in our generation right now is just raise responsible men.
Being a pastor, a father, and a husband, his schedule is very tight, but that does not mean he should neglect his wife's needs. As a man, he needs to buy out time to celebrate and spend time with his wife.
First, church is your home. So I set time for church, I set time for us. Sometimes we go, we do out. Sometimes when we're doing something, when we have a big schedule, we also stretch some time for both of us. We'll just go somewhere, both of us, that we just spend some time together. But she's been so understanding, and also she keeps me on check. Sometimes I know this is too much. You don't have time for us sometimes, because sometimes you have crazy schedule for maybe morning, you do your out, you're in missions and all that. But sometimes she calls me to order, because also the fact that she submits to me, submission is also, you will never submit to someone who does not submit to you. I don't know if you understand that. That submission is all the way. Like submission is for us. There's a place that I need to submit. There's a place that I need to care. Are you getting me? So submission becomes easy when both of you can also submit. Kuna mahali too, sometimes men, kuna mahali you don't know. You just need to submit, and So sometimes she tells me no, because I told her she's also my pastor. And as much as I'm pastoring, also I need a pastor. And let me tell you, if you want to know if you're going to heaven, ask your wife. If you want to know that if you're in the right track, ask her, because your wife knows you.
Despite all that Steve and his wife Makena have gone through, they are happy together. They are looking forward to enjoying their marriage.
I'm looking forward for a yacht experience. Like, I really want us just to be in a beach. Madam, I go through a lot. I'm go through a lot about where we've been. Metoka ghetto, Kangemi. We've gone through a lot for the last 8 years, and the best thing I really want, I just want us to enjoy. We go to Dubai, you just go to holidays like every other time we go to, because there are people who are, because what is the essence of life without even sometimes enjoying yourself?
They say relationships are not a bed of roses, meaning they have ups and downs. But just like a rose, it has thorns and beautiful flowers. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. You just have to keep walking.
What I can advise couples who are going through challenges is that challenges will always be there. The truth is, no, let me tell you, what we see in social media sometimes is not true. Some people fake it. People, the best way you can do is just coming up with a good way of solving your conflict. Like, you should have a good conflict resolution, like a plan, a good way to, because challenges are going to be there. You're living with someone that you are not born with, like you are not raised with. So lazima you'll face challenges. Like, challenges there. Imagine the only place that you're not allowed to have challenges is in heaven. So when you die, you won't have challenges. But as long as you're alive, you guys are going to face challenges. But the best way is to know how to solve challenges. What I tell my wife most of the times is that let us be dealing with something at a time. Kama ni vyombo zijaoshwa, ni vyombo hazijaoshwa. Let us learn how to separate issues. That's the best thing. Kama ni vyombo zijaoshwa, si vyombo zijaoshwa, mimi naenda kwetu na vyombo zijaoshwa inatokea wapi? Nguo zijafuliwa. Tufue nguo, to concentrate. Let us deal with sijafua nguo, si mimi naenda kwetu. Because every other time you want to, why people don't have hard conversations is because anytime I want to speak to you as my wife, you want to cry. Unaona, you want ndio uko na issue but unaniambia mimi naenda kwetu nini no. Sina kuonea. Let us deal with this issue. Let us learn to separate issues, because unless if you don't have a good way of solving issues, you can never make anything. Even though mtu anachanga job, boss anakuita nakwambia don't keep time, unamwambia mimi hata hiyo kazi zitaki. That's not making sense. Let us work on your time. The time is the issue. You need to come up with a way how you'll be solving it. So I think people who are going through challenges, just find a way. Just ask. It's also good to ask your spouse, are you regularly, like, how do you want me, where do you want me to improve? That space to give your wife, maybe your fiancé, that time kumuliza, what do you think I need to do better? Where do you think I need to change? Do you think I love you the way you know? Also there's a way that I want to be loved. Have you asked her, how do you want me to do better? I guess that question should be like a regular question. Like, keep on asking her, keep on telling her, how will you want me to do better? Where do you want me to change? Do I speak to, do you think I listen to you? You get that question is okay. Do you think I listen to you? Because sometimes we think I'm listening, but I'm not listening. But wife knows. Ladies by then know. They know if you listen to them or you don't. But the best thing, I guess, just come up with a good way to how to resolve issues.
We all have that one favorite song that reminds us of our partner when we met. That memory, when it flashes your mind, you find yourself smiling.
Nilikuwa nimekosa tumaini maishani, lakini Yesu akaniokoa. Nilikuwa niangamie, nianguke, nipotee, lakini Yesu akaniokoa. So that song is what I have memories with my husband. It's the song that we sang when we met in the band. He had his part and I had my part. And that song keeps a great memory of us too, because it shows me, it reminds me where we started. It's that we started with God. It just tells me, tulianza na Mungu. So some things might go wrong, but if you remember that you started with God, it cannot fall apart.
We are all different. What appeals to you is not what will appeal to another person, but the bottom line is, let's celebrate love. This holiday is not meant for couples only. In the recent past, it has expanded to express affection between relatives and friends. Take yourself out, buy yourself a gift, or go to the spa, massage, hiking, or indoor games and movie with your relatives or friends.
Hey Baba, Olodumare, one and only, the giver of life, iko tunanapa. Mesi mama cause ukona mimi, you never let me go. Mipaka yangu umeitanulia mbali, even sky see your limit kwa ikibali. Hata haters wanashangilia kwa ndani, umewawinga oh. Sina kingine mimi najivunia zaidi yako Baba, maana niko tuli nimetulia, we unagabaya. Hata wale wananionea usuda, shabaya yao mbaya, watapataje mwamba umenifunika, ure watataya. Cause I know that you got me where you got me, you got me where you got me, Papa, you got me where you got me. That's why I never fall. You got me where you got me. You got me where you got me, Papa. You got me where you got me. That's why I never fall down. Iteleza baba unaniinua, janitupa wala ujanijutia. Kama ni toba zimejaa gunia, ukweli kwamba tumenirumia. Ngekulipa nini kama ungetaka nilipe jema moja moja, maana hata ipumzi nayovuta hakuna dola ingetosha. Na kingine mimi najivunia zaidi yako Baba, maana niko tuli nimetulia, we unagabaya. Hata wale wananionea usuda, shabaya yao mbaya, watampataje mwamba umenifunika, bure wakataya. Cause I know that you got me where you got me, you got me where you got me, Papa, you got me where you got me. That's why I never fall in love.